promoting and supporting some of the cornerstones of the American experience. It's all about family, faith, and freedom. Now let's get back to the Curtis Report with your host, Barry Curtis.
Welcome back to the Curtis Report. Appreciate you being back as always. Our folks on Facebook, we appreciate you being there. The Curtis Report on Facebook totally rocks, and thousands upon thousands of people that like that page. Check it out, Curtis Report on Facebook. In addition, check out our website, thecurtisinitiative.com. or thecurtisreport.com will take you to the same place. Our website, again, is thecurtisreport.com, thecurtisinitiative.com. Feel free to check that out. You can call and talk to us. Leave us a voicemail message. Text us at 972-922-7468. That the Curtis Report is at 972-922-7468. Feel free to drop us a line. We're talking in the previous segment about the president and the comments that he made, which is, in my opinion, just absolutely unbelievable. We played this in the other segment, but listen to this, and we're going to come back after
legacy of slavery, Jim Crow, discrimination in almost every institution of our lives. That casts a long shadow, and that's still part of our DNA. That's passed on. We're not cured of it. Racism, we are not cured of, clearly, and it's not just a matter of it not being polite to say public. That's not the measure of whether racism still exists or not.
Did you hear what the President of the United States just said about race? That's unbelievable to me. And we talked about this in the previous segment, but this is unbelievable. And he got away with this in the sense of the drive-by media allowed this to happen. He's sitting there saying this, and this is being replayed again over media after media after media after media. ABC, CBS, NBC, of course, on MSNBC, that whatever that place is. This is the president saying these words. He's saying to you that racism is in every institution in the country. Oh, this racism is institutionalized in every single institution in the country. Think about what he's saying. It's everywhere. It casts a long shadow. These are the president's words. It's passed on. This word gets sickening, even more sickening. It's passed on from generation to generation. According to the president, quote, it's in your DNA. Now, who's he talking about? Who's he talking about when he's talking about institutional racism? Who's he talking about when he says it's in your DNA? Who's he talking about, this president, when he's saying it's passed on from generation to generation? Let me see. Who can this president be talking about? He's not talking about Native Americans, the Indians. No, he's not talking about Indians. Let me see. He's not talking about Jews. I don't think he's talking about Jews. Let's see. He's not talking about Black people, of course not. They're the victims. Who could he be talking about? Let me see. Let's say white people. So the president is saying, this is their leadership. This is the president of the United States, someone we look toward in times of crisis, in troubled times, in times in which the nation needs direction. We look to our elected national leadership for statesman-like behavior, to be above the fray, to bring us together. Not this stuff. The president of the United States is saying, look, there's a boogeyman under every single thing. It's institutionalized racism. Look here, it's everywhere. It's in your DNA. Here's the deal. Isn't it sad that you have people who want to continue to have victims? Isn't it sad to have people who want to continue to be a victim? And here's the deal about victimization. To have victims and to be victimized, there has to be somebody who is victimizing you. And the president has already pointed out it's white people. Not only does he point out it's white people in positions of power and institutions. He's already told you it's institutionalized. This president has already told you it's white people because it's white people in their DNA. It's generational. You white people are the problem. That's what he's saying in his own words here. It casts a long shadow. Isn't it? Listen to its words. Cast a long shadow racism. It's in the DNA. In other words, all you white people, because that's what he's talking about, are predisposed to be racist. Did you not know that? All you white people are racist. That's what the President of the United States is saying. But it goes further and beyond that. He continued. This president sees everything through the prism of black and white and racism. That's what he sees the whole thing of. Just to score political points. It's all about race baiting. It's all about how far we can get. It's all about separating people, separating blacks and whites, not bringing people together. He benefits, this president, and other race baiters, like the Reverend Al Sharpton, and I use that term Reverend loosely, the Reverend Al Sharpton, okay, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, the Ben Jealouses of the countries. These are the people who are Eddie Bernice Johnson, that idiot here in Dallas. These are the people who benefit from division. Black elected officials who continue to prey upon low information black voters, just because they're black, you should vote for those folks. That's what they're saying. Vote for us because we're black and you're black, and the white person is predisposed to be racist no matter what. That white person is in their DNA. It's institutionalized. It's everywhere. So we have to pass laws and we have to do things to keep the white people at bay. It's institutionalized. It's everywhere, people. It's the black people. This is the President of the United States dividing us. I have never in my life seen this country, so divided, so much in a divisive position. I've never seen this country in such a state. But white people are afraid of their heritage and their past. They're afraid of who they are as white people because they have been victimized by black people. And black people are the victims, per their leadership, of the white people. You have this victimization of the country in an effort to divide the country. You have these race baiters who know exactly what they're doing. Because, Mr. Obama's not missing any meals. He's living in the White House. He's been on public, either in public housing or receiving public money, whether from the state Senate in Illinois, the U.S. Senate. It doesn't matter what this man hasn't worked in his life. How does he face racism? This is supposedly a Harvard graduate. He wrote for the Harvard Law Review. Remember all this? Where has he faced racism? But yet he's so quick to point it out. He's so quick to point it out to other black people in an effort to divide and to keep other black people down. But these words are absolutely sickening, and they are remarkable in their scope. They're unbelievably sick. That this president, Barack Hussein Obama, is able to spew this vileness from his mouth. And that's what it is. There's nothing appropriate that came from your mouth in that particular instance, in that recording, Mr. President. That was sickening. For you to condemn an entire race of people, white people, because it's in their DNA that they're racist. They cast a long shadow. They can't help it. They're just predisposed to be racist. You're sick. That's sick. That's disgusting. Lots of prayer for you, Mr. President. We're going to be right back with more of the Curtis Report in just a moment.